I feel like all of my problems in life occur because I take things too seriously or I just take myself too seriously. And I realize that because all of the problems get solved whenever I just don't take things so seriously or just don't take myself so seriously. And I think this is also especially the case whenever I come across people who are just so like lighthearted in their approach to life. Like, for example, I was reading this book last week called Tuesdays with Maury, which is based off of a real story of a dying professor. And in the months that were approaching his death, he just had so much humor and, like lightheartedness, even in that state. And I think that gives a lot of like insight, right, in terms of how to live, because when you're in such close proximity to death, then you realize like what is truly important in life, and actually a lot of things are not that important, so therefore you don't need to take it so seriously. I also just think about comedians or people that I know in my life who are just so lighthearted and just have such a good sense of humor that whenever I'm with them, I just feel so safe in that I just know that no matter what situation occurs when I'm with this person, we'll be fine. Because even if it's just, say, like the worst, shittiest situation, they will just have such a lighthearted perspective on it that it will still make me feel safe. And I think I just like to live that way in general, but sometimes I forget because sometimes I just take things so seriously, and then I just start, that's when fear and anxiety and all of those more negative emotions come up, and that would make me feel unsafe in the moment. And I realize that's also what makes me feel safe or unsafe when I'm with other people. Like, the people who make me feel unsafe are people who actually take things seriously. Like back when I was working in corporate, yeah, a lot of times the reason why I didn't feel very safe in that environment was because it was just such a serious environment, right? Like, that just made me feel really unsafe or really stressed about something that I feel like at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, is not something we should really, like, we're not saving lives here, right? Like, the job I was working, we were not saving lives, and it's really not that serious. But I feel like I'm just made to feel like something's really wrong because other people take it so seriously. But there are definitely people who don't take it so seriously, right? Like, they have the right perspective in that they know like this is not the end of the world, and I always feel safe around those people. And also, what made me think of this in the first place was last week I was listening to a podcast. It was like a spirituality podcast, but basically the guy was describing the situation where his company was getting sued, so they got like a huge lawsuit or something, and then his reaction to it was like, oh, this is great, this is the best thing that could have ever happened to us, like let's go out and celebrate this lawsuit. And it's because like his mindset was like, oh, everything is happening in your favor, right? Like, if this bad thing is happening, it's actually like the universe sending you some good, right? Or this is like a test. So that was like his way of perceiving bad things. And so anytime something bad happened, he just reacted in a very positive way. And so later on, when his company got scammed like millions of dollars, he was like, yes, this is the best thing that could have ever happened to us, like, yes, let's go celebrate and stuff. And I think just hearing that made me laugh so hard. Like, I just thought that was so funny. Like, imagine if the CEO of your company got this huge lawsuit or just like lost millions of dollars, and they're like, yes, let's go celebrate. Like, I would just be like, oh, okay. Like, as an employee of that company, I would feel so safe, right? I wouldn't feel fear. Like, most people would not react like that in those situations, right? Like, they will start panicking. But if people are reacting in such a positive way where they're celebrating it, like, you'll just feel so safe, right? So that's when I realized, I was like, damn, like, people's reactions to circumstances are really what determine whether or not I would feel safe in that. So I want to be that person who just reacts in such a positive way that I not only make myself feel safe, but also the people around me feel safe. And yeah, I just think that's like such a important and maybe underrated trait to have.